Hi, everybody. Welcome to live sessions for Tuesday. um, Today we have Jessica Towler joining us for a second time. She has a release, which I'm totally excited about. So, I'm gonna bring her on in just a second. Oh, there she is. I'm excited. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm
Long time
great,
no
thank you.
see.
Good to see you.
You too. How have you been, friend?
Um, it's all okay. Here in Ontario, we're in another province-wide lockdown. So, can't do anything, can't leave the house, and I'm working from home as well. So I literally am not getting out of my pajamas all week.
Wow. Yeah.
But
We
music's
rolled
keeping me
back.
through it. Pardon?
We rolled back to a phase 2 here.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. We aren't in full lockdown though. That's sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's we had a full lockdown around Christmas time. And then they lifted it for about a month maybe, and then back down. We're completely locked down again.
Oh my gosh. Well, hopefully it doesn't last very long.
Yeah, it was supposed to be till May, and then they extended it another 2 weeks.
Oh, great. Oh my gosh.
So we're hoping in 2 weeks or so it'll be done, but who knows?
Yeah. Don't you hate that when you get right to the beginning and then they're just like, now we're gonna extend it more.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, our cases here are pretty bad, so I understand it a little bit, but it really does suck.
Yeah. Believe me, I'm right there with you. Well, I'm excited that you're on. It's been a minute since you've been on.
Yeah, some things have changed. I have a new song out.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean,
yeah.
You're just rocking and rolling over there, and with the music and the songs coming out. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
that's the one good thing about this lockdown is I'm able to focus a lot on music.
Yeah, which is awesome. I mean, it's got to be able to maybe make it a little more creative because you're able to kind of focus more, I would imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like this past year I've been the most creative I've ever been. It's been a little harder, like getting to the studio and doing meetings with my producers and stuff have been over Skype. So It's been a little bit of a different experience, but I've also been able to connect with people all over the world, like yourself, via Instagrams and Zoom and everything, and it's just been awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. What's kind of a new thing that you've discovered while being in lockdown?
I really love to write songs.
Yeah.
I was very intimidated by writing songs before.
I remember you saying that it was kind of something that you were nervous about.
Yeah, like my first song that was really completely 100% me that was out was my song Anxiety.
Yeah.
And I had an anxiety attack going into the studio and showing the producer, like, this is my song, please don't hate it.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, this past year, like getting to co-write with so many artists all over Canada and in the States and everything, it's been so amazing. And now I'm finding myself writing all the time. There was like one night where within half an hour I wrote 2 songs.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't even say that. I've never been able to do it that quick.
It's not always like that, but sometimes it just happens. So
yeah. Are they all they're all guitar, or have you moved into piano or are still doing both, or?
When I write a song, I'm not very good at guitar, so it's 4 basic chords when I do it.
Yeah.
And then I send that off to like a producer or something, and they'll add in all the other instruments. They'll make a good melody for it.
Yeah.
I'm still learning guitar, but I'm also trying to learn piano at the same time. So
yeah.
I'm all over the place right now.
Yeah. I remembered you saying that you wanted to learn piano and to kind of bring that as a additional to what you were doing. So
Absolutely.
That's good that you've been able to do that though.
Yeah, I started a little bit. I was learning a song, and then life got in the way, and I'm also trying to learn guitar at the same time, and I was releasing a song, so it's hard to do it all at once, but
Yeah, not enough time in the day, I'm sure.
yeah, I'm losing a lot of sleep.
Well, that's awesome. I'm so glad. So why don't you tell us about this song and just the meaning behind it?
Yeah, absolutely. So my new song is called Our Story. It is about my story with my partner. It's very personal to me. It's pretty much an open book diary for the world. Um, the verses go through the dates we've been on,
Wow.
and yeah, like this, it's completely 100% true. All the lyrics.
Wow.
The heart-shaped jacuzzi line. Our first Valentine's Day, we had one. Like just little things like that, and I really want to bring it very kind of give it a almost a vintage feel, and very lovey and just kind of this. My song inspiration was Taylor Swift's song "Lover."
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Great,
took a little bit.
Great song.
Yeah, I took a bit of inspiration from that, but made it my own.
Yeah. So, how does your partner feel about you being so like forthcoming in music?
He is so happy. To be honest, he's always like, "Why haven't you written a song about me yet? All these singers write love songs, and you haven't written one." And I was like, "I don't know what to write. I don't know what to write." And then I'm like, "Wait, why don't I just write about our story?" Like, and it literally came to me one night. It was around Christmas time. I was off work for a couple weeks, and yeah, it just started flowing out of me. I'm like, "This is my story. I'm just literally gonna put it out there."
Yeah.
And I'm happy I did. A lot of people seem to like it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a great song, and I think that, you know, the power behind what you have in your lyrics is how I've always just admired about you, because you're just so strong with them. It's just awesome. Like I love that you have so much emotion behind what you write.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I find when I'm writing is everything has truth behind it.
Mm.
So all four of my songs, there's a story behind all of them.
Yeah.
The lyrics are from my heart. They're completely pouring out vulnerability. It's my story.
Yeah.
I've kind of thought about doing other perspectives or other things, but for me right now, I just love writing and opening up to the world about my life.
Yeah. Do you have more to come that are like this, that where you're kind of a bleeding heart at this point of just letting everybody kind of
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I was telling you how I wrote 2 songs in half an hour. One of them, they were both true, but one of them, like, ooh, this could be my next song. This could be it. So we'll see. Like I said, we are in a lockdown, so it's a bit harder, but I'm hoping to have another one out in the next few months.
That will be awesome. I mean, and I think that like you've just put out such like heartfelt songs, just ones that are really touch people and really are songs that so many can connect with. And I think that's really awesome, because you're able to just touch that more many people and have people be able to connect with you. And how has the connection been with your newest song?
You know what? I find it kind of it's a bit of a balancing act when you're writing a song personally, because you want it to be your story. You have all of these things, but you also want people to be able to relate to it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say too many people are relating to my song "Our Story" because it is my story. It's from my diary and everything. But other songs such as like song "Stronger" and "Anxiety" and "On My Own," people are able to relate to that, even though they are my stories. They're things that everyone goes through, like not wanting to work a 9 to 5, or having anxiety, or getting over a breakup, stuff like that. It's stuff we all go through, and someone's gotta talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, even with your new one, I mean, I feel like there's bits and pieces, like, for me that I can connect to too. So I feel like, you know, I think you just have this really knack for being able to just kind of tell your story, but also like make it universal in some little way.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like even when I was younger and Taylor Swift would release a love song, I never had a boyfriend when I was little. I was like, yes, I can relate to this. Oh, my heart's been broken. So yeah, I feel like I really want people to feel that love that I feel within the lyrics, and even if they haven't had that situation, I hope they can somehow relate to the song.
Yeah, of course. Do you think that it will be something that will uh well, actually, let me ask this first. So how do you what would you like to see this song, where would you like to see this song go, like in like in a way of, like, some people say, like, I don't know, this song could go like for people that are in weddings or something like that. Like, do you see the song going in any sort of direction, or just kind of broad spectrum?
Pretty broad, I would say. Like, I kind of thought about the whole wedding thing, but
Yeah.
because it is such a personal story, I don't see anyone really using it for their wedding,
Mhm.
unless it's my own.
I didn't mean it would be that way, but I was just saying,
Yeah,
like, as an example, you know.
yeah, yeah. Um, I'd love to start seeing people do covers of my songs. I just want to see the world listening and everyone opening up and being lovey, and it's just
Yeah,
so magical. I just want to see it everywhere.
that's awesome. Has anybody done any of your other ones?
I don't know, actually.
Hmm.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be interested too to see if anybody did, because I think that would be the cool thing as an artist, to, to see the remix, like how they put their own spin on it, or a remix, or something like that. Like, that would
Yeah,
be interesting.
I've had a few DJs send me their versions of my song Anxiety. A
Wow,
lot of DJs seem to like that song, so they've remixed it.
really?
Yeah,
Wow, that's
yeah, it's pretty
cool.
cool. But I don't think I've gotten any covers of vocals now.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Since you guys are in lockdown, I'm assuming you guys haven't been able to perform or anything yet, right?
I haven't performed any of my original music ever in French.
Oh my gosh, that's a
Yeah.
tragedy.
I know, because I just started releasing my own music in December 2019, so just a couple
Yeah.
months before the whole pandemic started.
Yeah.
And by the time I started picking up a bit of a fan base, we're in complete lockdown and things have not opened up. So
Oh man. It's a tragedy that, like, music is the thing that's kind of losing its uh losing out on the fact that we aren't able to hear it. Like, I mean, yeah, you could hear it on, like, the like on Instagram
it's not the
lives or
same.
radio or whatever, but it's just not the same of, like, hearing it live, like,
Yeah.
it's hard. I feel like it's the one thing that, like, I think this whole pandemic, what people would be able to do would get through better if we could just allow people to listen to music, like at a park or whatever, like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Um, I've said this before to a few people. My favorite thing about being an artist is, yes, I like writing and I like recording and I like singing and stuff, but my favorite part is being on that stage. Like,
Mm.
that's my home. That's where I belong. Like, whether it be dancing, acting, or singing or whatever, I know I belong in that spotlight and I feel so comfortable there. And that's what really sucks about this past year is I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's I do my lives weekly, but it's not the same.
Yeah. Do you have did you ever establish, like, if you when you were going to go live and play live, like a ritual before you go on?
I just get really freaked out and then I walk on the stage and hope for the best.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Yeah, no, I've never had anything. Like, I'll usually, like, if there's artists up before me or something, I'll hum along and sing along to warm up my voice. But I don't really have any rituals. I kind of just force myself out on
Go
stage
on.
and hope for the best.
Yeah. Do you have, like, some sort of, like, a little bit of, like, stage fright?
I'd say whenever I'm doing a set, the first song, when I first walk out there, I'm very nervous. But by the second song, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. That's
Because every audience is different, every situation's different, right? So,
yeah, right. Yeah.
I remember I did a performance at my work's Christmas party a couple of years ago, and there was over 300 people there,
Wow.
and normally I've performed to bigger crowds than that.
Yeah.
But when I
But I mean,
know
when you work with people, that's
yeah,
such a
when
lot
I
to, like,
know them
yeah.
and all of their spouses are there, and
Yeah.
that one was really nerve wracking for me. But like I said, the
Yeah.
first song I felt like I was like, oh my god. And then after that, I was totally fine.
Oh my gosh. I wouldn't. I would honestly, I would probably freak out too. Like I would be like, okay, I know these people. I see them every day. Like my anxiety would be off the chain. Like
Yeah, it's a different vibe when you know the audience.
Yeah, yeah. I had to when I was younger. I had to perform with a friend. He asked me to come with him to perform a couple of songs, and it was for like my mother's like Mustang show banquet people for Christmas.
Okay.
And I was like, oh yeah, it should be fine. And then I got up there and I was like, I've known all these people for like 20 years. This is scary. Like I totally understand the feeling. Like it's different when you know the people.
Yeah, for sure. Or even like a smaller, intimate crowd can be more scary than like thousands of people watching.
Yeah. My turtle's trying to climb out. There we go. Gosh. I had to put her in like a temporary tank, and apparently it's not large enough, and she's trying to climb out. So I'm just excited for you in the coming months and hearing what you have and the music you have coming out, because I just love you. I think you're awesome, and I'm so excited you have a new song out, because I was like, yes, she's got new music. What's the biggest crowd you both have performed in front of? Ooh, that's a good question. You go first.
I'm not 100% sure. I want to say I did this contest back in 2017, and I made it to the finals. So there was the panel of judges in front of me, and there was, I want to say 1,000 people, but maybe there wasn't that many. I don't know. I think that was the biggest crowd. I've also performed downtown Toronto, and not that there was a crowd that big in front of me, but there was people walking around. So
yeah,
a lot of people heard me.
Yeah. I would have to say the biggest one I ever did was a place here in Seattle called the Showbox. It's like it's a staple here in Pike Place Market, a venue that most people know about if you know about Seattle in any respect. But as far as music venues and stuff go, but yeah, I mean that one was, I think, probably around 1,000 people too. It might have been a little bit more.
Yeah.
But we were doing a benefit show, and Brandi Carlile was the headliner, and so we were opened for Brandi Carlile, and yeah, that was before she was Brandi Carlile that she is now. So I was like 19, and it was the very first time I ever got on stage. I was singing my own song, and a song that I had wrote, the very first song I ever wrote too.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and I literally had just wrote it like maybe 6 months prior, and it was nerve-wracking. I remember just walking out there going, oh my God, this is real. And then
yeah, you definitely get that moment.
Yeah, and it's one of but I hadn't even decided if I wanted to be like a full-on musician at that point. I was just in music school, just like playing music because I wanted to, and we got to, and then I want to say there was probably about the same, like 1,000. There might have even been less, just because I don't remember. I was young, and it was 20 years ago, and I don't remember.
Yeah,
but that was the most people I've ever performed for that I know of at this point. So I haven't performed in a really long time. It's been a good 15 years or so. So
oh wow,
yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like a year.
Yeah, well, it's because I never really, the songwriting and the making of the music is my whole heart. Like I love that part, and I love being a part of that process. The performance part, I'm really shy. Like I can play drums and I'll be fine if I'm playing drums or whatever. But as soon as the thought of like, I want to be a rock star, is there. But like in reality, I'm not made for the spotlight.
Well, you can always come on tour with me. You can be my drum player.
Yay! I would love that.
Cool.
Yeah, I love being a drummer, but the whole being the spotlight and the person, I'll leave that to the people who are good at it. It's not the life for me.
It's intimidating. I mean, like, it's not for everyone, and even people who do want too. Like I live for that.
Yeah.
It's still super intimidating for me.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what it is. Like I just remember that moment going and looking out, and you know how you can only see, like, when the lights are on you, you can only see the first like couple rows, you know?
Yeah.
And it was just, I remember seeing like the people I knew kind of in the front, and then all these other people I didn't know. And I'm just like, oh my God, you know, the anxiety and the trippy chicks in, and you're just like, what? Oh, stupid phone. What if they don't like this? Like, what if, like, you know, it's, I don't know. It's just one of those things where you're just like, oh my God. And so it kind of kept me from being on stage for a while, but then I ended up just getting back on like one or two times more. And then, I kind of gave it up, and I was like, I'll just songwrite and let everybody else do it. I'll just stay in the back.
You know what? Songwriters can make a lot of money.
They can, yeah. We'll see. I'm not there yet. I'm just throwing it out there. But we'll see what happens. I've got, like, me and my friend have written probably close to 10 songs together. So, in the last year. So it's
Nice.
exciting to, like, be able to, like, we both have had some pretty heavy things happen. And so we both have been just, like, diving into letting the music do all that kind of like you do and let that emotion out. And
yeah. And when you say you're writing, are you like composing the music too, or just writing lyrics? Or
yeah, I mostly stick to the lyrics there. Sometimes where I play the guitar, but like you, it's not very well. And so I sometimes I can get a couple of the chords and, like, this is what I think it should be. But for the most part, I let my co-writing friend do it, Katie, and she's way better at it than I am. She can just, like, hear it in a second. And I'm just like, that's perfect. Let's do that.
yeah, absolutely. It's great to find a partnership where one of you can do one thing and the other can, like, feed off of each other.
Yeah, I love it. Do you like doing it alone, or do you like co-writes more?
I like them both, to be honest. I find when I'm writing alone, because I'm not super talented with the guitar, it's a little bit harder.
Yeah.
But I also find that I can completely write my own story.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're co-writing, you're kind of bouncing off of ideas off each other.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I like the idea of the bouncing off. That's the thing that I enjoy the most, of being able to be like, what do you think of this line? Or how do you think this should go? Or is there a better way to say it? Or, you know, I like the two heads are better than one kind of aspect to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have a watch on? I don't know.
No.
I was like, that's kind of a random question. All right. Well, do you both have producers, or do you produce your own stuff? Well, you can go first, Jessica.
I do not produce my own stuff. I've worked with multiple different producers, though. Each of my songs have been done by someone else.
Yeah. Same with me. I work with different producers and friends that I have in the area. So, yeah, I don't produce my own music. So, but good question, though.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to sing your song?
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. I'm so excited. I've been waiting all week.
I want to go back to our first day in the city when I knew it was you. I want to go back to that time when you first kissed me at the bowling alley. I want to book a hotel room just to watch a movie. Want to dance around the house, want to drive around town with your hands on me in the backseat. This is our story. This is our story. No one else can tell it, 'cause it's for you and for me. Story. No one really knows it. It's just you and me. We went to the dinner. We drank a glass of wine. Looking into your eyes, losing track of the time. You got that heart-shaped jacuzzi, snow's falling down. Chocolates and candles and big red rose petals all over the ground. This is our story. This is our story. No one else can tell it, 'cause it's for you and for me. Story, our story. No one really knows it. It's just you and me. But what if we never met? Would I still be on that app? Working retail, drinking wine. And I'm so glad that you're mine. This is our story. This is our story. No one else can tell it, 'cause it's for you and for me. Story, our story. No one really knows it. It's just you and me. One day we'll plan our wedding, have a little baby on his way. Oh, travel the world. This is our story, and that's how it's told.
Yay!
Thank you.
I need a clap machine.
Some people have those hooked up to their lives, and I can't figure out how they do it.
I know. I need to figure that out, because I definitely need one.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's so beautiful, friend. For real. I mean,
Thank you.
it's just a great song, and as always, you just have the most beautiful music, and I love your voice, and you're just so heartfelt. I just love it.
Thank you so much.
Well, if you guys don't know her, please go and follow her. Please go and see her new song and, stream it and buy it and all those good things that support her, because musicians are getting hit hard right now. So let's support them and love them, because they're putting out their hearts and souls into these musics for you. So musics into the music for you. Oh my gosh. So if does anybody have any last minute questions or anything they want to ask before we let her go? Or did you have anything you want to say before you go?
Pretty much nailed it. If you guys want to support me, you guys can go to any streaming platform. And music's out everywhere. I also have a website, jessicatowler.com.
Yeah.
I have merch on there, so if you guys want to go buy some Jessica Towler merch, go head over there. And I'm on social medias at Jessica Towler Music.
Yeah. Well, I love you, friend. Thank you for coming back on and sharing your music. And you're always welcome back. And I hope this song is just as much a success as the other one. So I'm excited.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. You guys have a great day. And thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Bye.